What's up everyone, Mr. NoobTube Gamer giving you guys my review for the Call of Duty Vanguard beta on PlayStation 4. Quick shout out to the Call of Duty Vanguard subreddit for hooking me up with a beta key, because there's no way in hell I was gonna pre-order this shit. So thanks to those guys for getting me into the beta, I really appreciate it. So let's get right into it. First thing I'll say, as far as the graphics go, I think it looks really good on the PlayStation 4. I said the same thing on the alpha, even though a lot of people are leaving comments about how awful it looks on PlayStation 4. I think for an old ass system like PS4 is, I think the game looks pretty good. It doesn't look any worse than Modern Warfare, and Modern Warfare was beautiful. So graphics are definitely a step up from Cold War, even on the last gen systems. And unlike the alpha, which only had that Champion Hill mode, the beta also has Team Deathmatch, Domination, Kill Confirmed, all that good shit. Not saying that Champion Hill is bad, I actually quite enjoyed it, but it's nice to have more game modes to play. The real Call of Duty game modes, if you will. Another thing that's different that we've never really seen in Call of Duty before is that you have 3 different options in how you want to play. So there's regular tactical, which is your standard 6v6 traditional Call of Duty experience, which is what I prefer. Then you have Assault, which is 20 to 28 players. And then there's Blitz, which can go from 28 to 48 players. I really hope that this is not their replacement for Ground War, because the Assault and Blitz modes play like absolute garbage. There's just no real flow to it. It's just a giant clusterfuck, which I guess is the whole point, but still, I don't think it's very fun. So if I actually decide to buy this game, which I'm pretty sure I'm not going to, but if I did, I'm definitely going to stay away from those modes and just do 6v6. But on the other hand, 6v6 doesn't play that well either. So let's actually get into the maps. There's the Champion Hill map, which we covered in the alpha, so I'm not going to really talk that much about it again. The only real difference is that now you can do it solo. Instead of being forced to do duos or trios, you could actually play by yourself. But after playing it so much in the alpha, I was definitely not in the mood to play that shit again. So there's really 3 maps in this beta. The first map in the beta is called Red Star. A lot of people on Twitter are calling it the Vanguard version of Piccadilly. Not a lot of people like this one, myself included. I don't think it's a very good map. Not sure if I put it on the same level as bad as Piccadilly or even Euphrates Bridge, but it definitely feels like a map that would be in Modern Warfare. Feels like a map that Infinity Ward would design. Way too much open space, 10,000 different lines of sight, match always ending on a timer. I mean, that's classic Infinity Ward. Well, maybe not classic, but modern Infinity Ward, because back in MW2 they actually made good maps. But I would honestly say that all 3 of the beta maps feel like something Infinity Ward would do, rather than even Sledgehammer. I mean, if you look at the maps in COD World War II, it doesn't even feel like those maps. But as far as Red Star goes, it just doesn't have any real flow to it. It's kind of boring, honestly. Gavutu is better than Red Star, but still, I don't think it's a great map either. It flows a little bit better, but it's still, not the best map design in my opinion. It does look beautiful though, but yeah, I just don't like how, kind of like Red Star, this map has just so many lines of sight. It definitely caters to campers more than rushers, and I'm not someone that likes to chill with a sniper rifle, so that's not really my thing. And I just really don't like how this map plays. It's beautiful, but I hate how it plays. Definitely far from the worst map I played in Call of Duty, but it's still not very good. I think I'd rather play on Gustav Cannon, to be honest. And then the last map, Hotel Royal, is probably the best one in the beta, but that doesn't really say a whole lot. In terms of quality, I'd say it's about average, maybe a little bit below average. It's a little bit better to rush in this map than the other 2, so that's good, but overall it didn't really leave a huge impression on me. It was aight. One thing I don't understand about this map at all is how Hotel Royal has a score limit of 75 for Team Deathmatch, despite being a much smaller map than Red Star, while Red Star is a huge-ass map and has a score limit of 100. That doesn't make any goddamn sense to me. And regardless of which mode you're playing, if you're playing Blitz, Assault, or Tactical, the maps are exactly the same, with no variation. So remember early on in Cold War's life cycle, where if you want to play Team Deathmatch on Miami, if you want to play 6v6, it played like fucking garbage because the map was so fucking big. But eventually they updated the game to give us Miami Strike, which was a smaller version of the map that played better in 6v6. But they didn't do that in fucking Vanguard. All the maps are exactly the same no matter how many players there are, which is not good at all, because there are some maps that play better with more players, but there are also maps that play better with fewer players. So depending on which setting you have, if you have Tactical, Assault, or Blitz, that's going to affect your enjoyment of the map. And if you ask me, that's terrible map design. So that's the maps. Let's talk about the actual gameplay and all that. I mean, like I said in the alpha video, it's pretty much Modern Warfare in a World War II skin. Same gunplay, same engine. You even have the weapon mounting and tac sprint from Modern Warfare. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a Modern Warfare in World War II. That's how I felt when I played the alpha, and it definitely reaffirmed that when I played the beta, because with the beta we got to see all the perks and the field upgrades and all that, and it literally is the exact same way as Modern Warfare. Dead Silence is not a perk, it's a field upgrade, and the Ghost perk works the exact same way as Modern Warfare, where unlike in the Treyarch games, where in order for it to work you have to move around and actually do something, no, this is just like Modern Warfare, where you can activate the Ghost perk, and they can't see you on the UAV no matter what. There's also no real minimap, again. And they're using kill streaks instead of score streaks, just like Modern Warfare. So, we're really in for a rough year, I think. I mean, you even have the same way where the lobbies break up after every match, and you can't do a map vote. So that's safe to say that skill-based matchmaking is back in this shit. And if that's the case, then I'm gonna boycott, because skill-based matchmaking is fucking cancer. It's the worst thing to ever happen to Call of Duty. Only people that like it are bad players and people that suck ass at video games. I'm not one of those people, so I'm not gonna buy it if it has the same strict skill-based matchmaking that ruined my fun with Modern Warfare and Cold War. I just can't do it. At least in Vanguard, they don't have the same shitty streak system as Cold War. That's a good thing, because that was the other thing that ruined my Cold War experience, was how terrible the streaks work. The streaks are pretty much just like Modern Warfare. Not great, but definitely a lot better than Cold War, where the streaks didn't reset when you died. They just kept going and going and going. So everybody could get a free streak. At least that's not in Vanguard. Thank God. And I'm also really happy that they brought back the attack dogs from World at War. We've been waiting so many years for the attack dogs to come back. I think the last time we had the dogs was Black Ops 2. Unless you want to count Black Ops 3, where the RAPS deploy ship was pretty much the dogs, except it was a robot. So that's good, but I'm not going to be blinded by nostalgia. Just because it has the attack dogs from World at War, and just because it has a lot of remade maps from World at War, doesn't mean I'm going to buy the game. I'm just going to play World at War. If I want to play World at War, I'm not going to buy this shit. I'm just going to go back and play the original. You know what I mean? So it's definitely trying to sell on the World at War nostalgia. And in a lot of ways, it's also trying to be like a sequel to World War II in the sense that it has a lot of the same weapons, especially the supply drop weapons from World War II, like the Itra Burst and the Volk, which were straight from the supply drops in World War II. I still never unlocked those guns in World War II, just because it's way too much of a grind. But yeah, you got a lot of weapons coming back from World War II, and the glide bomb streak is also from World War II. Who knows if we're gonna get the ball turret gunner as the final streak? That would be really fucking awesome. You know, in the beta, the final streak is the attack dogs, but I imagine that they haven't given us all the content in the beta. I'm sure there will be more streaks. I'm sure there will be more weapons, you know? But from my beta experience, I am not really enthusiastic about playing this game. I'm definitely not gonna pre-order it. I'm definitely not gonna play it on launch day. And there's a good chance I'm just gonna skip COD this year and play Battlefield 2042, Halo Infinite, even Far Cry 6 instead of Vanguard. But there's no guarantee those games are going to be any good either. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Vanguard, but how you feel about the game will probably depend on how much you liked Modern Warfare. If you loved Modern Warfare, you'll probably love this, but if you hated it like I did, you're going to hate Vanguard too. The map design, gunplay, and overall balancing is very, very, very similar to Modern Warfare. Only big difference is that doors are actually destructible, which is great, but we definitely need a lot more improvements than just that. But those are my thoughts on the Vanguard beta. Let me know what you guys think about the beta. Are you loving it? Are you hating it? I imagine most of my subscribers never even got to play it because they either don't have a PlayStation or they're not dumb enough to pre-order the game. Thankfully, I didn't pre-order the game either. I got hooked up with a code. But yeah, I think if you don't like the beta, definitely don't pre-order the game or cancel your pre-order or something, because you're not going to like the actual release of the game, because the beta is not going to be that different from what we get in November. It's very rare that the beta is actually going to be fundamentally different from the final release, because the beta is close to the release. So we got less than 2 months now. I mean, come on. So I better not see any comments that say, oh, it's just the beta, give it a chance. Because if these were the 3 maps they were showing us in the beta, I don't even want to know what the other ones are like. At the very least, I hope they fix the lag, because this beta was a laggy piece of shit. You guys can tell by the gameplay. Yeah, a lot more lag than I experienced in the alpha, for sure. But yeah, that's it for me. Leave your thoughts about the Vanguard beta in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.